went from living in expensive Singapore to having this whole one-bedroom luxury condo for just $450. It has water slides, a complete gym, and even a Pilates studio. More importantly, I'm much happier here in Thailand. I realized that I don't really need that much to be truly happy, and I no longer feel the stress of hustling in the rat race in a big city like Singapore. Hi, my name is Shao. I'm 38 years old, and I just moved from Singapore to Chiang Mai, Thailand about a month ago with my wife. I work remotely here now, and this is my one-bedroom rental apartment that's 400 square feet. My wife and I pay 16,000 Thai baht, or around $450 a month, and that includes the Wi-Fi, and utilities is separate and it costs us about $50 a month. I also pay $60 for a whole year of unlimited 5G internet for my phone. It's fully furnished, so everything you see is included. The fridge, the washer, the microwave. So this condo was built just 2 years ago, and it's just 15 minutes away from the main city center. There are multiple swimming pools, a water slide for kids, a co-working place that I work remotely there. And this is my favorite part, the gym, because I really like fitness. And for me to use a gym like this in Singapore, it would already cost me at least $200 a month just for the membership. There's even a Pilates studio right here. And this is my wife's favorite because you can have your own private Pilates session right here. And the crazy thing is, at $450 a month, I'm already overpaying. Firstly, because this is a new development. You can pay 20 to 30% less if you stay at older properties here in Chiang Mai. Secondly, I'm only renting this on a monthly basis because this gives me the flexibility to stay in different neighborhoods and find out what works best for me and my wife. If you were to sign a longer lease, you definitely can get a better deal. So when moving to a new place, the cost of food is a big consideration. So let's take a look at the prices in the supermarket here. So 2 liters of milk goes for 99 baht, which is about $3 or $4. Another thing that is affordable here is chicken. So half a kilogram of chicken breast is only 49 baht, which is about $1.50. And this tray of 30 eggs costs 129 baht, which is about $3. But not everything is cheap here. So imported stuff that is not from Thailand tends to be more expensive. Like this little bit of Italian cheese is 450 baht, which is about $14. So in general, food tends to be cheaper here because Thailand has a huge agriculture economy. They have a lot of farms and a lot of food is actually made here. And that is actually something that has improved my quality of life ever since I moved here too. Because when I was living in Singapore, most of the food is actually imported because Singapore doesn't actually have the land or the labor to grow its own food. This means that food tends to be more expensive but also less fresh. And ever since I started to eat more fresh food here, I find that my health and general happiness has been improving the longer I stay here. So before moving here, I was always living in my home country of Singapore. I grew up with my family facing financial difficulties and living paycheck to paycheck. That's why I studied really hard, and eventually I was really lucky to get my dream job working in tech, and I was making high 6 figures every year. But I was always stressful with the long working hours, and I believe that's why I lost all my hair. And that stress actually compounded last year when the economy started to dip and I was eventually laid off. So I took a trip here to Thailand because it's so close to Singapore, and soon after, I found out how livable it really is here. It's very modern and safe, yet much more affordable here. For example, this coffee only cost me $2, and this is already expensive because 1, this is a tourist area, and 2, this is considered a Western coffee. If you get Thai coffee, it's only going to cost you about $1. Because of the layoff, this is the first time in 15 years of working that I'm being forced to take a break and figure out what I really want in life. The other reason why I decided to move was because I saw my international colleagues doing the same thing. So Singapore is a big international hub, and when I was working in tech, I had a lot of colleagues from overseas. They come to Singapore because the pay is high, the tax is low, and the currency is really strong. And these expats and foreigners, they're really smart. So they actually don't spend all their money when they are in Singapore, and after 5 to 6 years, they have saved enough to go back to their home country to buy a new home or to even start a business. So my foreign colleagues will always ask me if they are able to drastically improve their lives after working 5 to 6 years in Singapore, why can't I do the same? And with Singapore getting more and more expensive and competitive, do I really want to continue working in my small cubicle just to go home to my small room and just keep staying in this small little country. So we're now here at a weekend market beside an actual coconut plantation, and I'm here to get lunch. I also like to come to a place like this to work because it has such a positive and creative energy. And I sometimes struggle to find a place like this in Singapore because it's more commercialized, it's more modern, but it's also pretty transactional. Being here has also given me the clarity to reflect and accept that I really was in a rat race in Singapore. In Singapore, we really value achievement and success. And I was constantly working hard to get the latest phone and aspiring to get the biggest house and the biggest car. All those shiny material things, they really hold you back. You don't need the cars, you don't need a house. What you really need is just the freedom to do what you want, when you want, however you want. And for me, it's the freedom to be here in Thailand with my wife. Okay, so it's close to dinner time and I'm now having khao soi. Khao soi is the most famous dish here in Chiang Mai. So in this 1 month here, I actually met a lot of foreigners who have also moved here. And not all of them are actually happy. The complaint that a lot of foreigners have here in Chiang Mai is the difficulty of finding a good job here. Now this is very important, so please take note of this. Do not come to Thailand if you don't already have a remote job for you, or if you have the finances to support your lifestyle here. You are most definitely not going to find a job that doesn't require you to speak Thai or pay you as well as your home country. Thailand is so open to foreigners because they expect you to spend your money here, not find and compete with jobs with them. In Singapore, for instance, it's international as well, but you sometimes hear the locals complaining that foreigners are there to compete with them for jobs and for housing. Looking ahead, I have only been here for just 1 month, but I'm already much happier now. While I no longer have the prestige of my old job and the high salary that comes with it, I really do feel richer and wealthier now in terms of feeling more peaceful and happy. Friends and family were initially worried for me because in their opinion, Singapore is just more safe, more affluent, and that I'm giving up a good life and a good career there. But the good thing is, I have the support of my wife. And every time I meet my friends and family now, they see how much happier I am, and now they're really happy for me too. I no longer make as much now, but I feel that I've gotten more from life, and I hope you find your version of happiness too. Please check out this other video of how I live here in Thailand but travel to Singapore for work, and this other video too. See you next time.